Alright, I'm here, Richie, here with your Stat Attack episode, 4, 3, whatever, I don't know. I was just going to come at you, bunch of stats, a bunch of teams being bowl eligible, a bunch of teams almost being bowl eligible. Let's just start it off. Darrell Henderson had already had 1,000 yards. Now there's another 1,000-yard rusher on this year. Jonathan Taylor, 1,109 rushing yards with him. There's actually two wide receivers gone over 1,000 yards now, and actually they're tied. Oddly enough, Andy Isabella for UMass and John Ursua for Hawaii, both at exactly 1,013 receiving yards. So you got the two guys there. Yeah, the national leader in passing yards this week, Dwayne Haskins, 2,801 yards, and he leads the nation with 30 touchdown passes, actually one above Cole McDonald at Hawaii. Then you got, in terms of receptions, John Ursua leads the nation with 71 receptions. Ben Burr-Kirven, the linebacker of Washington, he leads the nation so far. He's already got 108 tackles. That's crazy. 108 tackles in a year. Jalen Ferguson, Louisiana Tech, leads the nation with 9.5 sacks. Then you got Nate Harvey at East Carolina, leads the nation with 17.5 tackles for loss. Grant Delpit, the LSU defensive back, he leads the nation. He's got 5 interceptions on the season. I'm just throwing out whoever's leading the nation in whatever category. And just shout out, these small school teams. Inthula Kelly, Fresno State, leads the nation in passes defensed with 17. And he's tied for the national lead with passes broken up. Inthula Kelly, Fresno State, Bryce Hall, Virginia, and Paulson Adebo at Stanford all have 14 passes broken up each. Some decent streak going. USF, I keep talking about them every week. They keep scoring points. 20 straight with 37, 37 straight with 20 or more points. UCF has now gone 20 straight with 30 or more points. You got wide receiver Ventel Bryant for Temple. He's caught a pass in 43 straight games. Ty Lee, wide receiver for Middle Tennessee. He's caught a pass in 33 straight games. Marshall, they have not allowed a first quarter touchdown in their last 10 straight games, which is second nationally behind LSU. Houston, they've scored 40 or more in 7 straight games. Kansas, they've lost 43 straight Big 12 road games dating back to 2008. Georgia Southern, they've gone 10 straight games with some kind of takeaway, whether a fumble or interception. Fresno State, they've gone 5 straight games with a pick. San Diego State kicker John Barron tied with the national with 4 50-plus yard field goals, tied with Chase McLaughlin. I think is the kicker's name for Illinois. I got that wrong. I'm going to check that now and make sure. See if that's right. Kicker, roster, Illinois. This is why I do this on the onlines. Kicker, yeah, Chase McLaughlin, I got it right. So, those are the streaks and stuff happening so far. Goodbye, team. Alright, now I'm going to go to, let's see, whoever's closest to 1,000 yards. And my parameters are the rushing record in games 427, receiving record is 405. If you're within that, then I'm going to shout you out. We already got 2 guys over 1,000, so I don't need to count them anymore. This is the long list, though. It's gone to 47. Alright, starting 47, Toa running back, Nevada, 575. Patrick Laird, California, 577. Kevin Marks, Buffalo, 579. Reggie Corbin, Illinois, 584. CJ Verdell, Oregon, 586. BJ Smith, Troy, 587. Spencer Brown, UAB, 591. Taquan Marshall, Georgia Tech, 598. Divino Zigbo, Nebraska, 600. Puka Williams Jr., Kansas, 609. Jordan Ellis, Virginia, 619. Myles Gaskin, Washington, 623. Marcus Outlow, Coastal Carolina, 624. Jatarvis Whitlow, Auburn, 626. Raquel Armstead at Temple, also 626. Nick Fitzgerald, Mississippi State, 644. Trevon McMillian, Colorado, 646. Quadri Allison, Pittsburgh, also 646. AJ Dillon, Boston College, 652. Tyler King Marshall 655, Lexington Thomas UNLV 660, Benny LeMay Charlotte 664, David Pindle UConn 664, Devin Singletary FAU 666, DJ Knox Purdue 668, Trey Ragas Louisiana Lafayette 680, Justice Hill Oklahoma State 684, Stevie Scott Indiana 695, Nick Brissett LSU 697, Malcolm Perry Navy 729, Eno Benjamin Arizona State 753, Zach Moss Utah 753, Miles Sanders Penn State 772, Scotty Phillips Ole Miss 782, Alex Barnes Kansas State 788, Michael Warren II Cincinnati 796, Trevion Williams Texas A&M 798, Travis Etienne Clemson 800, Nico Evans Wyoming 803, JJ Taylor Arizona 817, Levante Bellamy Western Michigan 821, Cron Higdon Michigan 831, Jordan Cronkite South Florida 860, he's 5th overall. Benny Snell Jr. Kentucky 868, and Jamar Jefferson Oregon State at 899. If Jamar Jefferson, he's been hurt. If he plays, I think he gets it the next game. Kentucky plays Missouri. He could get 132 rushing yards in that one. South Florida, they're playing Houston. They're going to need Cronkite to go off on them. He could get 140, but I don't think so. I think he might get about 100. I'm not sure if 140. But those are the rushing yards. Now I'll go to receiving yards. Like I said, they only need 405, and this list is considerably smaller. Alright, go by yards. So I need to go out to like 595. Actually, it's a lot more than I thought. It goes down to like number 34. Whatever. Paris Campbell, Ohio State, 600. Dylan Mitchell, Oregon, 608. Javon Durante, FAU, 611. Marcus Stevenson, Houston, 613. J.D. Spiller, Nebraska, 614. McLean Mannix, Nevada, 616. Greg Dortch, Wake Forest, 616. James Prochet, SMU, 619. Jalen Hurd, Baylor, 622. Poppy White, Ohio, 632. J.J. Arcega Whiteside, Stanford, 632. Antonio Gandy Golden at Liberty, 639. Cedric Bird, Hawaii, 644. Javon Brown, ECU, 645. Aaron Fuller at Washington, 652. KJ Hill, Ohio State, 656. Keyshawn Johnson at Fresno State, 659. DeMonte Coxey, Memphis, 663. Rico Bussey Jr. at North Texas, 677. Flynn Nagel, Northwestern, 693. KJ Osborne at Buffalo, 696. Tyler Johnson at Minnesota, 705. Marquise Brown at Oklahoma, 716. Tylen Wallace at Oklahoma State, 718. Rondale Moore, Purdue, 728. Jerry Jeudy, Alabama, 777. Laviska Shenault, Colorado, 780. Scott Miller at Bowling Green, 785. A.J. Brown at Ole Miss, 805. Jonathan Duhart at Old Dominion, 811. Preston Williams at Colorado State, 825. And Antoine Wesley at Texas Tech at 858. I mean, he could very well get 142 receiving yards next week. I'll go out on a limb. I'll say he gets it. Why the fuck not? So those are the stats and shit. People close to 1,000 yards. Now we'll go to my favorite actually this time of year. Getting to bowl eligibility. Oklahoma, they won last week. They are now bowl eligible. Kentucky won. They are now bowl eligible. Washington beat Colorado, so that makes Washington bowl eligible because they both were 1 win away. Washington State and Oregon both were 1 win away. Washington State won, so they are bowl eligible. Houston won, they are bowl eligible. Iowa won, bowl eligible. UAB won, bowl eligible. Western Michigan won, bowl eligible. Utah State won, bowl eligible. Fresno State won, bowl eligible. San Diego State won, bowl eligible. Georgia Southern won, they are bowl eligible. And now the teams that are still 1 win away. We'll start with Temple first. They're 5-3. Their next game is actually against UCF. They have a bye week, so UCF next week. So I won't say that one until next week, who I think. NC State, they're still 1 win away. They lost to Clemson. They face Syracuse. I think that. So Syracuse is also 1 win away, and I think Syracuse is the one that wins. One of them, obviously, whoever wins will be bowl eligible. But I think Syracuse will be, so that means NC State, I do not think so. Alright, Boston College, they're 1 win away. They're taking Miami, who's also 1 win away. I think Miami bounces back. They had a bye week. They lost last week. They both play next Friday as well, or Thursday, Friday, whatever. They play sometime this week. I think Miami bounces back, and I think Miami gets the bowl eligibility, which means Boston College does not. Virginia, they played North Carolina. They're 5-2. I think Virginia does become bowl eligible this week. Duke, they're 5-2. They played Pitt. I think Duke does become bowl eligible this week. West Virginia, they play Baylor. This will be a fun game. I think it'll be back and forth. I think West Virginia does end up with the win, so I think they do become bowl eligible with this victory. I think. Texas Tech takes on Iowa State. I think Texas Tech does win. I think they do become bowl eligible. Penn State, they're 5-2. They take on Iowa. This is one of the upsets. I picked Iowa. I'm going to pick Iowa. I think Iowa wins, so that means Penn State does not become bowl eligible. Let's see, Wisconsin, 5-2 to take on Northwestern. I think Wisconsin should become bowl eligible in this one. Florida International taking on Western Kentucky. I think this should be pretty easy for Florida International. I think they become bowl eligible here. Marshall, 5-2. They're taking on Southern Miss. That's not for a couple weeks, actually. So, I will let you know on that one. Louisiana Tech, 5-2. They're taking on Florida Atlantic. I want Florida Atlantic to win, but I think I picked Louisiana Tech to win, so I think Louisiana Tech ends up becoming bowl eligible with this one. Army taking on Eastern Michigan. I think Army wins, so they'll get to win number 6. Boise State facing Air Force. I think Boise State wins, so they'll be bowl eligible with this. Stanford taking on Stanford's taking on Washington State. And I actually picked Washington State in this one, so I think Stanford does not become bowl eligible with this. Oregon taking on Arizona. I think Oregon should destroy them, so they'll get to win number 6 and be bowl eligible. Utah taking on UCLA. Utah's 5-2. I think they win. They've been playing phenomenal football, maybe the best in the Pac-12, outside of maybe Washington State. So I think Utah gets to win number 6. Colorado taking on Oregon State. I think Colorado gets to win number 6 and becomes bowl eligible there. Texas A&M taking on Mississippi State. I think they do win number 6 here, and they'll become bowl eligible. Auburn taking on Texas A&M in a few weeks, so I won't pick that till then. They got a bye. Appalachian State, they're 5-1. They just got to ranked number 25. This is a really good game. They're taking on Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern also is 6-1 themselves, one of the best running games in the country. I gave the edge to Appalachian State. This should be a great game to see. But I give Appalachian State the edge, so I think Appalachian State does become bowl eligible this week. And in Troy, they have a weird Tuesday game. They're playing South Alabama. Troy shouldn't have a problem with this, and I think they go to 6-2 and become bowl eligible. There's my stat attack. I'm sure I forgot something. I'll fill it in later. Go watch my other videos. Peace.